Welcome to the Cat Dad Show. My name is Scott Colby. And have you ever wondered how a human's state of mind can affect your cat? It's an interesting question. You may not have thought about it, but it can. And that's why I'm pleased to bring you a clip of my interview with Dr. Amaya Espindola. She was a guest for my Feline Wellness Summit. Dr. Amaya is a cat specialist and holistic vet. And specifically, I asked her, how can a cat's emotional or physical health be influenced by their human state of mind? A fascinating discussion. Again, this is a clip of my interview with Dr. Amaya. If you want to listen and watch her entire interview, as well as interviews with 20 other feline wellness experts, just go to felinewellnesssummit.com. You can grab a free ticket, but for now, enjoy this clip with Dr. Amaya.
Well, it's an amazing question to start. This is not a beginning.
No. We'll start with something a little comprehensive and then we'll rewind it a little bit here.
Okay. Um, so the emotional actually, most of the clients I've seen the past year were all and actually after the pandemic, they were all emotionally related to what the human was, going through at that time. And I've been studying psychosomatics just because of me, just because in my own personal journey. And I tried to look into what was causing, what emotions were uh, related to my own issues, right? So when I started investigating this in cats, when I saw that, for example, somebody had three cats, the same three cats suffered the same issue. And, just because I started asking questions and I said, and what about you? And they were like, yeah, I also have, digestive issues. I usually have, polyps in my intestines because this is how I find out. It was some IBD issue that was spread through three different cats with three different symptoms. It was not exactly the same illness, but they all share a bit of what was going on. And as she said, yes, I suffered a lot of polyps and other, difficulties with my intestines and everything else. And then I was like, okay, this is a systemic problem. This is not just you. I had another case that the cat was diagnosed with pancreatitis, and I couldn't see any pancreatitis in their, lab report. There was no lipase, high lipase, or anything else, any indication of that. But the cat was vomiting. And when I started talking to the guardian, I realized she had emotional issues with her partner.
Hmm.
And actually, when she separated, the pancreatitis disappeared.
Okay.
And in the end, I was like, that was not my intention. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But your cat was saying something,
Yeah.
And things like that showed me that there is a synchronicity between what you're thinking, what your emotional state, and how that affects different parts of the body. And this is known, very well known in psychiatry, but actually not very well used anyway, because we know we have extensive research on how it affects, but we still have a conventional medicine going on, right? We try not to think too much on the emotional well being, right? Uh, but there are you can get psychosomatics from what part of the brain has been activated and what organ. You can actually tell which organ is going to be affected if you can tell what part of the brain has been activated, right? And or you can see, for example, certain symptoms that it's more environmental, that it's your nervous system, it's your adaptation to the environment. There are different ways to get into this and understand why all those cases happened.